What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Janella for the New York Mets, and today we're talking to new Mets bench coach, but not new Mets coach. We'll talk about that later. Glenn Sherlock. Glenn, making your return to Flushing. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Mike? I'm super excited to be here.
I'm glad that you feel that way, because I feel the same way, because it's very exciting. We're getting ready for this upcoming season, and before we get into your plans and your thoughts as bench coach, reuniting with Buck Showalter, all this stuff coming up, you were here 2017 through 2019, a bunch of different jobs here with the Mets, that stint. First things first, how's it feel to be coming back to New York?
It feels great. It was really it was a great surprise when all this transpired. Going back, I guess last month. Uh, it's I think it's a special team. It's a special place. I'm happy to be part of this.
So last time you were here, first base coach, third base coach, catching instructor. You've been a bench coach other places before, but now how do you put all that experience together, plus the experience that you have from being in this city and with this organization already? What do you hope to bring to this role specifically this time around?
Well, I think, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. Done a lot of different coaching jobs, bench coach, third base coach, first base coach, bullpen coach, but it is kind of, you get a different perspective on things. So it helps me. I think if, when you're with other coaches, you've been in their shoes, so you know what they're going through. So I feel like I can help them because I've done those jobs. But I think as far as, being back with Buck, we've worked together before. We have a relationship together. He has a lot of expectations. I know how he is and what he's looking for. So I'm going to be another set of eyes for him. I'll be there to help him. But I think for me, probably one of the biggest things is going to be building relationships with the players.
Let's talk about that relationship with Buck first. Since you bring it up, I was going to get to it eventually, but it is your third time that you guys are working together. This is a relationship that spans a few decades now. What is it about you guys that clicks so well? What do you like so much about working with each other?
Well, like you said, we go way back. I was a player coach for him back in 1989. He gave me my first opportunity to be a major league coach for the Yankees in 1992, and also got the opportunity to be with him in Arizona when Arizona was an expansion team and went through the expansion process, and that was an incredible experience. So I think we have a relationship, and I think you have to have some trust, and that's part of coaching, and I think he knows what he's going to get from me.
Because if it wasn't working, you guys wouldn't keep going back to the well, right, over all these years. So it's got to be some kind of a good working relationship there. What's something about Buck? Mets fans, those of us, we know what we see of him in previous dugouts on TV, but as someone that's worked with him, has been with him on a day-to-day basis so much, what's something you can tell us about him that maybe we don't know at first glance?
I think he's very pay attention to detail. He spends a lot of time thinking about how we're going to do things and puts a lot of time into it. And I think he's very open-minded about better ways to do things. So he's always looking for, different ways of doing things. I can remember sitting on the bench with him. He would always look at players on the other team and wonder how that guy would look in our uniform. Like, do you think how would this guy be on our team? Would he be that guy that could, move around the field and play infield, outfield? He's always looking for guys, that can help our team. So I thought that was something that was interesting. If you go to his room, this is going way back. You go to his room at the hotel, and he'd have lineups, all over the room, different lineups. Who are you going to bat fifth? Who are you going to bat sixth? What are you going to do? So he's always working. I think he's an excellent strategist. He's always thinking about, team defenses. Is there a better way of doing this cutoff and relay? Would you put a different tandem relay out there in the outfield? So I think that's what you're going to get from him, and I think the players are going to really be happy playing for him.
It's funny, guys like me, our hotel rooms, it's all the takeout menus they drop off from local restaurants. Buck, it's good to know that he's got other paperwork that actually works out when it comes to the diamond. Big thing from this front office in bringing you on, Buck, all the other coaches as well, rounding out the staff, which I loved, was This idea of the diversity of thought, right? Buck has experiences in this game that you don't. You have some that someone like Eric Chavez does in different eras, different backgrounds, different playing and coaching experiences. What do you think your piece of the puzzle is going to be? What are you bringing to the table besides that kind of jack of all trades? Anything specific that you're really proud of that you're excited to bring that some of these other guys maybe won't?
Uh, I think it's definitely going to be a team effort. I think for me, I don't consider myself. I have a lot of experience coaching, but I don't consider myself an old school coach. I consider myself somebody that's open minded and very willing to listen to new ideas. A lot of the questions are about analytics and information, and I think I was just in Pittsburgh for the last 2 seasons, and it really was a good place for me because I learned a lot of new things, and I'm excited about a lot of those things. So I think I'll be able to, even though like we have some younger coaches, I think I'll be able to understand some of the new technology and the new techniques and the things that we're using. So I'm excited about that.
It's something, this whole front office, because that's something else too, right? You've only been gone a couple of years from Citi Field, but whole new organization, whole new front office, a whole new bent on analytics and strategy behind the scenes that's going to be new for you. Is that what excites you most about coming back and working with this new group, or is it some other stuff too? What are you most pumped about, working with this front office now?
Well, I'm pumped about, first of all, just the opportunity to be here. I'm pumped most about the players that are on the field. I mean, that's an exciting group. It's a good group, and I'm excited about that roster and the opportunity of being here and helping any way I can for us to win games.
Have you guys talked about that yet? You and the other coaches, have you kind of settled on what you want Mets baseball to look like this year, or what your on-field kind of strategy or brand is going to be?
I think that that's a work in progress, and we've had a lot of Zoom calls and we've been talking. But I think something that's going to come out of this is, it's really all about the players. And I think there's going to be an open line of communication between the players and the coaching staff. And those guys are going to have to tell us, what's important to them and how we can help them. So I think it's going to be a really good working relationship with Buck as the manager. And I think this coaching staff is going to be great.
But you guys have now, you mentioned Zoom calls. Is that kind of are you checking in once a day with each other, once a week? What's the process like right now with still, a little bit of time to go until we actually take the field?
Well, it's like introductory type stuff going on right now. We're meeting like today we had a Zoom call and met the performance staff, and it's a large group, but it was great to listen and meet. And, I saw some familiar faces and some guys I'm excited about working with again. But a lot of new people, and seeing what they bring to the table, and learning new things and the things that are going to be able to help the players. So we've been doing a lot of that. But we've had discussions where we're going over the information that we can provide the hitting coaches, or information that they're going to provide the pitching coaches. So it's been really good.
Sounds like you guys are just ready, champing at the bit and ready to go. So there's only so much you can do over Zoom and virtual, but hopefully someday soon you guys can get out there and start doing this in person. Well, Glenn, I always like ending chats with folks here with the Mets with some quick hitters. You ready to answer a couple of rapid fire questions coming your way?
All right.
All right, let's do it. I'll be easy on you, I promise. We're going to welcome you back with open arms. But I'm very curious about your return here. So a lot of these questions that came to my mind are about that. So everything baseball aside, what's the one thing that you're most excited about to come back to New York? Away from the diamond, away from the stadium, what about coming back to this place excites you most?
I think, just the history of the city. I think the city of New York, it's the big stage. It's Wall Street, it's Broadway. Last time we were there, my wife and I saw Hamilton. It was the first Broadway play I had ever seen. So I was so excited, to do that, and so happy that I did it. But the history of the city, I think it's incredible, and I'm very excited to be back here.
Your first ever Broadway play being Hamilton, that's like winning MVP your rookie year, winning the World Series. It's hard to come, top that down the road.
Yeah, we talked today. My wife was like, "What?" Because I was like, "What are we going to do?" And she was like, "What play are we going to see?" And I don't know. We'll have to see.
There's plenty. Hey, you need any recommendations? You got a guy here that can let you know. You're coming back also. I mean, it's the theater capital of the world, but it's also the pizza capital of the world. You a pizza guy? What's your favorite pizza topping?
I like sausage and green pepper, and I like New York style pizza.
Good to know. That's the right answer here. We don't want any of that deep dish stuff. That's from some other parts of the country. What's your favorite TV show or movie ever that was set here in New York?
That was based in New York.
Yeah. Or had a scene in New York. We'll be flexible with the rules here.
Well, I'll tell you, just we've been watching this FBI series on TV because it's been filmed in Long Island City. So we're looking for places that we recognize.
All right, I like it. That's one of the joys about being here, seeing when in your neighborhood there might be something on national TV. Where maybe Broadway's the thing now, but where do you like to go, Glenn, in the area, or what do you like to do when you need to get a break, when it's an off day, you need to just clear your head, reset? What do you like to do around here to get yourself back centered?
I like to. I'm a bike rider, so I like to ride. I ride my bike over the 59th Street Bridge, go into Central Park, and just kind of take a ride. I love it.
That's great. So if anyone's out jogging or biking in Central Park this summer, you think, oh, that guy looks a little bit familiar. It might be the Mets bench coach. And then last question for you, Glenn. You saw your first Broadway play. Sounds like the wife has a couple on the list ready for you when you come back. But is there anything else you did not get to do or see or experience your last time here that's on the short list now that you're coming back?
Oh boy, I don't know. There's a lot of options. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give that some thought. But I'm just excited about the whole experience, and getting back to New York and getting to City Field, and and seeing our players in spring training soon.
And we are too. And I'm sure on our short list for you is to, get to a World Series, win a championship, and do that. How about we put that at the top of the list? How's that sound for you?
I think that would be unbelievable. I can't imagine a better place to win than in City Field.
I love it. Well, Glenn Sherlock, best of luck this upcoming season. Looking forward to seeing what you and the rest of the staff get going here in this upcoming year at City Field. And we appreciate you taking the time and hanging out with us here for a couple of minutes. Good luck with everything.
Hey, thanks very much, Mike.
All right, for Glenn Sherlock, I'm Mike Janella. Thanks for watching, and let's go Mets.